Hi viewers, welcome to More Light TV. Thank you for joining us again on this edition of More Light TV. I remain your host, More Light. Thank you to everyone for always following us, watching our programs. Thank you to all our new subscribers, our returning subscribers. We'd like to say thank you. Please, if you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button. So today I want to look at the topic, a CBN governor turned dictator. A central bank governor in Nigeria suddenly turns a dictator. This is unbelievable. It is not something that usually happens in other developed countries of the world. Never seen where a central bank governor is so powerful, and I mean as powerful as the president of the nation, that he would insist that his policy must stand regardless of whether his policy is killing the citizens of the country, whether his policy is taking lives and livelihood from the citizens. I mean, this man has shown that he is a cruel person in the last few months. Godwin Emefele, the Nigerian central bank governor, came out with a new note policy saying they are changing the new note, and they have that they are changing the new note, and all Nigerians need to go to the bank to deposit their old note, the 200 naira note, 500 naira note, 1000 naira note. And guess what? Most people complied. They took their old note to the bank, but after depositing their old note in the bank, they couldn't get new notes out because new notes were not in circulation. Adequate new notes were not in circulation. Now, the reasons given by the CBN governor is that, there is too much money in circulation. They don't want people to be buying vote during election. They are doing that because of terrorists and things like that. Excuse me. See, no matter how good or beautiful a policy is, if it's inflicting hardship on the people, if it's taking away livelihood, food, violating the human right of the people, then that policy is not a policy to be accepted. And even if you want to implement the policy, I mean, you should give enough time. In the UK, for example, since the Queen died, they decided to change their note, but guess what? They gave people till 2024 as the time duration they have, to get rid of their old notes and start having the new notes. But not in Nigeria. We don't plan well. Government has failed at planning adequately most of the time. Emefele came out with this policy, and in less than 2 months he wants it implemented, and all the 200 million Nigerians must comply within 2 months, not minding the fact that in some states they don't even have banks there, not minding the fact that even those that have banks in their state, those banks do not have new naira note, and if they have new naira note, it's not sufficient. Most of the politicians they claim are going to be using old notes for vote buying. Most of these politicians, they own they are shareholders, major shareholders of banks, and they would be one of the first people to have access to the bank notes, to the new notes anyway, because they have the bank MDs as their friends and colleagues at times. So what are you talking about? Recently I learned that there is so much unrest in Nigeria across the different states of the federation. People burning tires on the road, burning down banks. Even the banks are afraid to open to customers. The other day I saw a video where the bank staffs were climbing through the fence to escape for their lives for being mobbed. I mean, where has our humaneness gone? Where has our humanity gone? Because if you are humane, Godwin Emefele, you should know that this your policy is inflicting hardship on Nigerians, and it's either you reverse it or you give enough time for its implementation. Now, another sad thing about this Godwin Emefele, CBN governor, who has suddenly turned a dictator, is that the Supreme Court of Nigeria, which is the highest court in the land, gave an order that they should suspend the implementation of the policy for now and ensure that the old note remains a legal tender after its February 10 deadline, that they should still accept the old note. But Godwin Emefele came out and blatantly said, no way, we are not going to obey the Supreme Court order or the Supreme Court judgment or dictate. Rather, my February 10th must stand. The whole note ceased to be a legal tender after February 10th. But despite the fact that the court has said after February 10th, people can still spend the money, use the money as a means of exchange. So we can see what is happening in a democracy. I mean, there is no respect for rule of law. Emefele, with his boss Buhari, they are fond of violating the rule of law. They don't respect rule of law in a democracy. They behave as if they are above the law and nothing will happen, and that is the truth. That is the country we have found ourselves in, and this usually happens under an APC regime. You can't see such a thing happening under a PDP regime or some other past administration. That you cannot see such happen, under, let's say, a PDP administration. For example, in the time of Obasanjo, in the time of Goodluck Jonathan, we didn't see where a CBN governor is so powerful that he's as powerful as Mr. President, and he will say, I will not comply with the orders of the court. I mean, this is the first time we are seeing such in Nigeria, and that is why I keep saying that APC should not near the corridor of power again, because they are known to violate the rule of law. They don't respect the law. Virtually most of them behave as if they are above the law. This is what we are seeing currently. I mean, Emefele claims he's a current member of the APC, and even Mr. President is a current card member of the APC. We call Emefele to order. We cannot, because they are birds of the same feather. And I was surprised when Mr. President came out on air this morning to address the nation, and he was still saying, only 200 naira note would continue to be a legal tender and can be spent alongside with the new naira note till April 10th. Despite the fact that the Supreme Court has said for now everything should still remain as it is in status quo, and people can still spend the money, even after February 10th. I mean, you guys are just busy disgracing our democracy. These people are not laying good example as leaders, and people are not laying good example to others as leaders, and we can't continue like this. This policy is inflicting hardship on Nigerians. They can't even get money to buy food. They can't get money to do the petty and the little things they do. How many people have POS? I mean, for example, you want to buy groundnut on the road, or you want to buy corn, like the Tinubu Alagbado likes to say, roasted corn, or you want to buy his boli. Who told you that boli woman or roasted corn woman will have a POS, to sell his roasted corn or his boli? I mean, let's be reasonable, for crying out loud. And that is why this coming election, please, it shouldn't be about sentiment. It shouldn't be about tribe, religion, or ethnicity. Please, let's vote out all these people that behave as if they are above the law, these inhumane government officials. Let's vote them out. Please, let's vote for credible hands, compassionate people. Please, let's vote for them, and we can find that a lot in a Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed. Guess what? I'm just spreading more light.